Hello and welcome to Yoga by the Moon. My name is Michelle and I'm here to guide you through a last quarter moon practice for January 11th of 2026. The last quarter moon is all about a final release and letting go before we start another cycle for the lunar cycle, before we enter a new moon again. It's our last chance to really assess who we are and release anything that isn't in alignment with that. This particular last quarter moon takes place in the sign of Libra during this Capricorn season. Now, both Libra and Capricorn are cardinal signs, and those signs are very much about taking action and initiative. And in this particular coupling with Libra and Capricorn, we really can assess ourselves to take action towards really aligning our inner worlds and our outer worlds and bringing everything into our lives that really resonates with us. And even more so between Libra and Capricorn, because Libra rules over our hearts and is very heart-guided and very heart sensing. So you lead with your heart when you're following Libra. Capricorn is very much about our brains, our heads. It's very, very much logical reasoning and, follow the right path through your head kind of working. So we can not only align ourselves with our lives in our structure, but we can also align our heart's desire, our heart, and what we feel, along with what we think and what we know into our lives. So we can really strike a balance. And Libra is represented by the scales, which is all about balance. And Libra season is very much about balance. Even though we're not in Libra season, we're under the sign of Libra. So we have that influence. And so we can strike a balance between our heart and our head. And when we strike that balance inside, we can find peace, steadiness, and steadfastness in our lives. And that really allows everything that's not in alignment with us to just fall away. And then we're calling in the power of that last quarter moon once again. So this is very, very much about final release, real inner working and alignment in every possible aspect of our lives. And so while we'll do a little bit of physical balancing and some physical challenges, today is really going to be about tuning in and noticing our inner worlds so that we can just let go of everything that doesn't feel good to us, doesn't resonate with us, doesn't work for us. So I offer to you anything I say about our practices and everything is simply a guide. Tune into yourself, follow what feels good to you, and you'll be calling into the power of the last quarter moon in Libra and during Capricorn season. So I invite you to join me on the mat. We're going to begin laying down for our breath work. So take a moment, as I'm doing. You may want to have some blocks nearby for our practice. They could be handy. We're not going to use them right now, but I want to invite you to find them, or some pillows or some books, just so that you can have them handy for when we do need them before you settle in. Arrive on your mat, just lying down slowly, comfortably. Shift around until you can feel centered and good. Maybe find a soft gaze or close your eyes. And just start to tune in. Notice the sound of your breathing, the sound of your heart beating. Notice if you have any thoughts going through your mind, and just watch them float through. No need to judge, no need to stop thoughts, just let them pass and arrive and be here, just be. Our breath work today is called heart-centered breathing. And it's very simple. We're going to do it while we lay down. We're going to bring our hands over our heart space. And as you breathe deeply in and out, you're just going to imagine the air flowing through that heart space, going in with your inhales and going out with your exhales. And this is a very calming breath. It allows you that clear focus to bring in that level-headedness and that head-guided Capricorn nature. And it is heart-centered breath, called heart-centered, and so it is a very Libra-inspired breath work. It's very releasing and stress relieving, so we're calling in the power of the last quarter moon as well, really harnessing, fully embodying this last quarter moon in the sign of Libra during Capricorn season. So if you haven't already brought your hands over your heart space, please do. And we will take 5 deep inhales and exhales together. Nose or mouth, your choice. Just long, deep, steady for both, for in and out. Ready, inhale. Imagine that heart space filling up with air. Exhale, let it out. Imagine the heart releasing all of that air. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, breathe in. And let it go. Let your hands fall away to your side. Return to your normal breathing cycle. You can keep your eyes closed or have that soft gaze for just a little while longer as we begin our movement. On your next inhale, we're going to raise our right leg to the sky straight. Doesn't need to be super high. We're just going to get a gentle hamstring stretch. So maybe you want to reach for the back of your right thigh with your hands. Maybe you want to reach for the back of your calf. Or maybe you want to reach for the sole of that foot. But keep a soft bend in that knee so you don't lock out that knee. And it does not need to be a deep, deep, deep stretch. Just starting to find some release in the body. If you elongate those exhales, the more you elongate, the more you can release, the more you can soften into yourself. One more breath in. On an exhale, release your right leg to the bottom of the mat. Take a moment and notice if one side feels different from the other, or if it doesn't. One more breath in. And as you exhale this time, lift that left leg to the sky. Maybe you grab the back of that left thigh. Maybe the back of that left calf. Maybe you grab the sole of the left foot. Wherever you are, keep a soft bend in that left knee. And release. This does not need to be the deepest hamstring stretch you've ever had. Just a way to start to soften into the body. And begin that process of letting go. Tuning in. Creating a path of self-alignment. One more breath in. And this time on your exhale, we're going to raise our right leg back to the sky as well. So both of our legs are in the air. And as if you were sitting in a chair, you're going to take your left leg and cross the knee over your right leg. So your thighs are stacked, your knees are stacked. Bend at the knees. And if you can, grab the outer edges of your feet with your hands and gently, gently, gently pull your feet towards your body. Now this is a very intense outer hip stretch, so if you need to release those feet more towards the ceiling instead of pulling them towards the body, please do. Find your edge and maybe back off of it. This is just a nice way to really tune into that heart space for Libra and tune into that letting go theme of the last quarter moon. Every breath out softens the body more, allows you to release a little more and let go of tension, fears, worries. One more breath in. On your exhale, unwind. Soles of the feet back towards the sky. We're going to do that reclined shoelace on the other side. So now we're going to cross our right knee on top of our left, thighs and knees stacked. Bend your knees. Grab the outer edges of your feet with your hands. Pull them towards you as much or as little as you feel you need to. We're just going to be stretching in those outer hips, releasing. We store a lot of emotions in our hips, so every time we do hip stretches, we allow those unfelt feelings to flow through us. So if tears come, if rage comes, let it out. No judgments here. This is a safe space. I'm holding the space for all of your emotions, all of your feelings, and you're welcome to feel them and tune into them and release them as much as you need to. One more breath in. As you exhale, unwind. And this time, just hug those knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice squeeze. Some beautiful self-love and self-care here. And then as you're ready, you're going to grab the back of those thighs with the palms of your hands. And we're going to rock and rock like a ball. As many rocks as you would like to massage that lower spine before we come up to a seat. And then make our way onto tabletop, hands and knees position. Knees under hips, hands under shoulders. We're going to take a couple rounds of cat-cow. So on your next inhale, belly towards the mat. Look up to the ceiling. Exhale, round that spine. Look down. Take a few in your own breath, moving however you need to, fast or slow. Maybe you want to move side to side. Maybe you want to undulate a little bit. Find what feels good to you. Find what aligns with what you need. I welcome self-expression. I welcome all of you as you are right now and who you are right now. When you're ready, make your way to stillness in all fours. And then on an inhale, we're going to raise that right leg parallel to our spine. And then bend your knee so that your foot is towards the ceiling. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you reach your left arm in front of you in a spinal balance. And maybe you reach your left hand behind you, grab your right foot, kick your hand up towards the ceiling in tiger pose. This is a beautiful heart opener. Balancing posture, very Libra inspired pose. One more breath here. And on an exhale, hand and knee back to the mat. Maybe you you'd like to reset with a couple cat and cows. Maybe you want to just reset, finding stillness in tabletop. But whenever you're ready, on your next inhale, left leg comes in alignment with your spine. Bend that left knee so that the sole of the foot is towards the ceiling. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you raise your right arm in alignment with your spine in spinal balance. Maybe you reach that right hand behind, grab your left foot, kick the left foot up so that your hand gets kicked towards the ceiling. Heart opener, tiger pose. And breathe. One more breath in. On an exhale, hand and knee back. In tabletop. Maybe you'd like to reset with a cat-cow. Maybe you just want to find a moment of stillness. Now, if you have those blocks nearby, you may want to kind of set them up at the front of the mat right now. And when you're ready, we're going to inhale that right leg back in alignment with our spine for a moment. Exhale, it's going to come as many steps as you need to get there through between our hands. And now might be a time that you want to set your hands on top of your block so that kind of props up your spine just a little bit more here, and a low lunge where we're elevating our hands. And you want to maybe sink a little bit forward, stretching that left hip flexor. And then exhale, sitting those hips back over our left knee, straightening through the right in half splits. We're going to flow through that, inhaling forward, exhaling back 3 more times. Inhale, sink forward, low lunge. Exhale, up and back, half splits. Inhale, forward, low lunge. Exhale, up and back, half splits. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Last low lunge. And last half splits. And when you're ready, hands under shoulders and bring that right knee back to meet the left. On your next inhale, left leg comes up in alignment with our spine. Exhale, left foot between the hands. And now maybe you want to prop your hands up on the blocks once again. And then when you're ready, sink forward into those hips, stretching through that right hip flexor in low lunge. Exhale, lift those hips up and back over that right knee. Half splits. 3 more flowing in with our breath. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, half splits. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, last low lunge. Exhale, last half splits. Hands back under shoulders and bring that left knee to meet the right in tabletop. You're going to want to keep those blocks where they are, but walk your hands a little forward, curl your toes on an inhale. Exhale, lift your hips up and back, sinking those heels towards the mat. Keeping your spine nice and long, neck neutral, downward facing dog. Maybe you want to pedal through those heels, walking your dog a little bit, bending one knee and then the other. Finding movement if you need it, finding stillness if that's what you need. Notice what calls to you and answer that call. On your next inhale, lift that right leg up to the sky. Exhale as many steps as you need to get there. Right foot between the hands. You're going to spin that left heel towards the back right corner of the mat. Bend into that right knee. Keeping your hips square to the front of the mat. Raising your arms to the sky. Warrior One. We're going to keep a shorter stance in our Warrior One than we normally would, because we're going to go from Warrior One to Pyramid, so we're sort of mimicking that low lunge half splits we just did in a standing position. But we're going to hold our Warrior One just for a couple more breaths, giving ourselves some focus and clear-headedness, that sort of ambition and drive of Capricorn, to help us tune in with our head as well. And then we're going to find some balance as we inhale, and then exhale, straighten through that right leg. Bring those hands towards your blocks. Now maybe you want to flip them so that they are taller, bringing the earth towards you a little bit more. Pulling those hips back, straightening through that right leg. Surrendering, releasing in pyramid pose. Finding moments of release and surrender, letting go of anything that we do not need anymore. One more breath in here. On an exhale, bend that right knee, plant those hands, and step the right foot back to meet the left in downward facing dog. Knocked over my block, but that's okay. I'll fix it and get back to the other side. Maybe you want to pedal through those heels again. Maybe you want to find your stillness. Wherever you are, just take one more breath here for you before we inhale that left leg to the sky. Exhale as many steps as you need to get there between your hands. Spin that right heel back towards the back left corner of your mat, bending into your left knee. And rise on up. Hips facing the front, arms up. Warrior One. Nice strong posture. Nice focused posture. Looking towards all that is to come with the newness promised in the forthcoming new moon. With hope and excitement and drive, with a clear head. One more breath in. And as you breathe out, straighten through that left leg. Bow down. Hands come to the top of those blocks. Hips square up. Pyramid. Releasing and surrendering. Finding balance between our head and our heart. Between that Warrior One and this pyramid pose. Finding balance between ambition and drive and focus and energy and surrender and softness and release. We need both to tune in to who we are. We need both to find what is in alignment with ourselves. One more breath in here. And then on a breath out, we're going to step that right foot back up to meet the left. You can move those blocks. Bring your hands to the mat, bending your knees as generously as you need in forward fold. More releasing. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, fold. And this time, inhale, sweeping those hands all the way up, slowly, 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 making your way to standing. Hands meet overhead. Nice full body stretch. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Here in mountain pose. I will turn to face you so you can see me a little bit better. taking a moment or two for yourself here in mountain pose with your hands at your heart, this heart-centered moment of stillness, tuning in and releasing with a clear head, clear heart. When you're ready, find your weight in all four corners of your right foot. Shift the weight to that right foot and lift that left knee parallel to the ceiling. You're going to take your right hand to your left knee, opening your left arm to the side. Standing balance, standing knee to chest. Maybe your gaze turns to that left wall, challenging your balance a little more. Take another breath or two here. Find in this releasing, balancing posture. And exhale as gracefully as you can. Back to mountain pose. I know mine, I kind of just dumped. Every time I've seen yoga classes or, yoga videos, I always see all these beautiful, graceful teachers, and as gracefully and elegantly and easily as you can fall out of this balance. I almost always just, I don't know about you. I'm going to keep it real on my channel. My grace is kind of lacking. But I hope you're still with me. I hope you're still enjoying. I hope you're finding some humor in me and yourself. And finding some stillness for a moment. And then when you're ready, shift the weight into that left foot. And then lift that right knee parallel to the ceiling. Left hand comes to the right knee. Right arm opens up behind. Challenging your balance, shifting your gaze to the right wall. Standing mountain twist, standing knee to chest, and if you fall out of the pose, just like I did, your yoga mat will catch you. It is okay. Our balance changes from side to side, from day to day, from moment to moment. There is no need for judgment here. You are safe. It is called a yoga practice, not a yoga perfect. Find ease, forgiveness for yourself. And when you're ready, release back into mountain. Inhale, arms outstretched side to side. Nice heart opener. And then on an exhale, keeping your arms open, twist to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twisting to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. One more each side. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Reach those arms up all the way overhead. And then exhale, swan dive all the way to forward fold. Bending those knees a little bit if need be. And when you're ready, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, and bend those knees till you make your seat all the way onto the mat, keeping your knees bent. And maybe you just want to keep up on your toes with your knees bent. Maybe you want your soles of your feet flat, or maybe you want to lift those shins parallel to the ceiling here in boat pose. Wherever you are, open those arms up side to the side, outstretched again like we just did in mountain. Inhale, twist to the left. Exhale, center. Inhale, twist to the right. Exhale, center. Two more each way. Inhale, left. Exhale, center. Inhale, right. Exhale, center. Inhale, left. Exhale, center. Inhale, right. Exhale, center. One more breath in. Exhale, stretch those legs out wide in front of you. And exhale, forward fold. Seated, wide-legged forward fold. Now, since my blocks are in front of me, I'm going to grab one and bring it towards the back of my mat so I can reach it in a little bit in just a couple moments. But with every exhale, just find a little bit more release in those inner thighs, lower spine. Maybe you need mental release. Maybe you need emotional release. Maybe you need spiritual release. Wherever you are, surrender yourself to whatever you need, to that path of self-alignment. One more breath in here. And on an exhale, slowly make your way to your back, bending at the knees once again. Soles of the feet on the mat. And when you're ready, we're going to inhale and lift those hips to the sky in bridge pose. Crawl those shoulder blades underneath your spine. And if you have that block nearby, maybe you would like to keep it tall ways under your hips. Maybe you want to make it long ways underneath your hips in a supported bridge, taking a little bit of pressure off those quads and off those glutes, and then letting this be a little bit more restorative. Maybe your body needs a little bit more energetic work before we settle into Shavasana. Wherever you are, take 2 more full breaths. If you were not in supported bridge before, but you would like to end in supported bridge, you're welcome to. If you would like to just lower your hips and then lower your heels to the bottom of the mat and make your way into a traditional Shavasana, you are also more than welcome to do that. Wherever you are, settle in as I guide you through our last quarter moon meditation, finding comfort in your body, in your mind, finding a soft gaze, maybe closing your eyes, making your way into a path where you can tune within and take a few more moments for yourself. Place one hand on your heart and the other on your solar plexus, which is at your belly. Breathe into your heart space, slowing your breath down gradually, equaling the length of your inhale and exhale. And imagine that your heart is expanding front, back, and sides as you're entering into your own space of love, peace, calm, and silence. Slowly relax more and more with every breath. Scan your body and notice any areas of tension, and send the breath to each of these areas gradually and gently let go. Relax your eyes, your third eye, that forehead space between your eyes, your mouth and jaw, neck, shoulders, chest, arms, hands, fingers. Relax through your abdomen, your upper back, lower back, hips, glutes, thighs, legs, feet, and toes. Relax more and allow more breath, calm, and tranquility to fill every cell of your body. Your body is like a star now, arms spread out to the side and legs as wide as the mat. Imagine you're in a beautiful, safe place, lying on Mother Earth's lush, soft green grass, staring into the sky with a blanket of stars and constellations, visualizing an enchanting sight of the waning moon, and notice its delicate, soft glow casting across the skies. As you connect with the waning moon, feel her energy and the cycles of her life, her ebb and flow. Give yourself permission to let go as you take a deep breath into your heart space. Let go of your worries, fears, and answers to the questions or burdens you carry within you. Surrender and let go to the beautiful mystery of life and listen to the whispers of the universe. We are a cosmic dance, part of a grander scheme, and the universe has a magical way of leading us to where we need to be. You sense a lightness and a freedom wash over you, like the moon shedding her brilliance as you release what no longer serves you. Take a slow, deep breath and feel this lightness and visualize a soft glow over your entire body. Feel this energy with calm and clarity, allowing it to illuminate the depths of your soul. Right now, take this moment to reflect on your journey and what needs to be released now that no longer serves your body, mind, and soul. What beliefs, emotions, situations, patterns, habits no longer align with your true self and your pure essence. With each breath you take, offer gratitude and love for the lessons you've learned and the expansion on your journey. Trust in the universe, the divine, the natural flow of life and cycles of change. Embrace the power and wisdom of the waning third quarter moon and visualize your dreams taking root, patiently waiting for you to focus on clearing out and embracing the opportunity to connect with true purpose as you are being guided and nurtured by this waning moon and the magic it's gifted to you. When you're ready, bring awareness back to the present moment in your room. Notice the noises around you. Slowly wiggle your fingers and toes. Bend your elbows and knees. Maybe you want to stretch out long, wide. Maybe you want to hug yourself in tight. And as you're ready, turn to one side and press yourself up slowly to a seat. Notice the calmness filling you. Continue breathing it into your heart space and allow that to carry you through the coming days. Remember that you are always divinely loved, supported, and guided. That the moon, the universe, and life has a plan for you, and you are cared for. If your eyes were closed or you had a soft gaze, maybe flutter them open now. I would like to thank you for allowing me to guide you in this practice, for taking this time for yourself, for joining Yoga by the Moon and this beautiful community that we have growing. Our next practice will be for the new moon in Capricorn. Can't wait to lead you through that one. And I am honored and grateful for you all. From my heart to yours. Namaste.